Hello and welcome to Back the Trend. I'm Steph Clutterbuck.
And I'm Matt Nartive, and we are here in race week for the Ironman World Championships.
We totally are, and I actually can't believe it. What a crazy journey it's been to get here. This podcast started as the Road to Kona 2025, and we are literally here in Kona in 2025 about to start an Ironman.
Yeah, and we were saying, obviously where we're staying now, we've moved out of town, and we stayed in a similar location
3 years
ago. 3 years ago now. And yeah, just reminiscing about how far you've come really since then.
Yeah, we ran this morning down to where we took my bike in 2022.
And spoiler alert, where we're going to do photos again.
Where we're about to take our photos again, yep. So we're going to do a really quick fire 30-minute episode because we're running out of time, obviously, because we're so good at procrastinating and the sun is setting, so we have to be out the door soon.
And we're in Hawaii, so we want to enjoy the sunshine.
Exactly, obviously. Should we, you know what would be really fun? Should we take everyone through 22 and 23? Let's do that.
Your race?
My races.
Okay, brief, Steph.
Brief, okay, yeah, super brief, but we can both talk about it. So, Kona 2022, it was my first Ironman for over 12 months, because I'd qualified or about 12 months, because I qualified in Portugal the year before.
Yeah, and from memory, you came into it with a bit of knee niggles.
I wouldn't call it a niggle, I'd call it an injury.
Yeah.
I basically had runner's knee from where we lived in Bath. We were halfway up a hill. The hill was 2 kilometres long. So it was either a kilometre up or a kilometre down at the start of every run and then the opposite at the end of every run. And I just completely wrecked my knees and I was in so much pain. So I was having like physio twice a week. I was self-coached at this point. We had really no idea what was going on. Didn't know anything about heat prep. Turned up to Hawaii and I think I did my first run in like 3 months here.
Of about 4 kilometres or something.
About 4K, yeah. I think I did 2 4K runs pre-race.
But also I remember stepping off the plane and it feeling pretty, I mean, it was in the evening, so it was already dark.
Yeah.
But I remember it being, whoa, that is warm.
Yeah, it really was. And we'd come from UK in September, so it was like not warm, obviously. So that was a huge wake-up call. And that year, everyone asked, like, what did you learn from your first Kona? I learned that I knew absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so straight into the race. Steph came out the water first in her age group, or overall age group probably.
Yeah,
swam about 52 minutes. And yeah,
and then sent the bike.
Yeah.
But I had this weird pain in my toe, and it turns out, and then it went up my leg, and then it was in my glute, and then it was in my back. And turns out that I trapped a nerve in my spine, I trapped a nerve in my back somewhere, and just like lost power in the last 10K. But I still came off the bike with like a 20-minute lead.
And you were still determined to try and finish the race.
And I was absolutely sure I was going to finish, but I couldn't run because my back was so sore. So I just walked, and then I passed out in the energy lab.
Yeah, into the medical tent. And
DNF, race 1.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
Made some friends and...
I've still got my volunteer t-shirt. So obviously I was soaking wet because I'd been covering myself in water because I was so hot. And then you stop and you get so cold. So the volunteers were giving me t-shirts. And I still got it. Maybe you have it now.
Yeah, I think it's like a man's large, so it fits me.
It's like a dress. And Paul Lunn shared the medical transport back with him because he made it to exactly the same point in the energy lab as I did.
But funny story, Steph didn't realise this for...
Until January this year.
Years. So 2-3 years' time. Spoke to Paul, he reminded you.
That it was him, yeah.
I mean, you were probably aware that you'd met somebody, but... All
I remember is the two of us being given bottles of water, taking a sip, and then projectile vomiting them everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... Sorry, that's all I remember from that. Don't remember who it was, but apparently it was Paul.
So yeah, race 1 in Kona, age group, what were you, 25 to 29 age group, DNF, lot of lessons learned.
Yeah, and then into Kona 23, so it was 12 months later, although it feels like I lived a lifetime in those 12 months.
Qualified Vitoria-Gasteiz in July, race October.
Yes, and weirdly, the knee niggle that I'd had completely disappeared after Kona. So I went into off-season and the rest, unsurprisingly, helped. And then it was fixed.
And at this point, Steph was on the Swift Academy.
Yeah.
So support, equipment, everything was spot on, really. Couldn't have been better.
It was unreal.
And I will say, a very good introduction to being a professional for you, because there was a lot of media commitments. There were a lot of just things like that you wouldn't normally do as an age grouper.
Yeah.
Which have probably really helped.
I also think it showed me what a positive impact having like a professional setup did for you.
Yeah, and what was possible.
Yeah.
Opened our eyes to a few different brands. I mean, thankfully, a lot of the lovely sponsors, we've still got Precision with us, we've still got De Boer with us. Surpass. So, yeah, some good connections there, which we've kept to this day.
But I was much more realistic going into that Kona, I think.
Absolutely.
So the goal for 23 was cross the finish line.
But I will caveat and say, Steph is a racer, which is one of her problems in races in the heat especially, because once you go out too hard, it's quite hard to rein it back in.
Yeah, so I'm really good at like crossing the red line, which you can't do here. The point is you get as close to it as you can until about 3K to go on the run.
So again, 52 minutes in the swim, first out of water, first age group are out.
Yeah.
Started the bike really solidly.
Yeah, so the bike was good until, it was good until it wasn't, but that's kind of the story of everyone's Kona. I started to get sick at about 50K, but I still was able to push power. So I was like, okay, this is all right. And then with about like that same point to go, so it was about 40K to go, the lights just went out.
Yeah, and I think I looked at your training peaks of the day, and I think your power wasn't phenomenal. It was good. It wasn't
super high.
Super high, but it was a 10-watt drop off from first half to second half. So obviously, if you want to ride well, you want to be able to match your probably second half, or if there's a drop off, a tiny drop off, or step on.
But I just remember feeling like the bike course was endless, which usually means that you've either not fueled or hydrated properly, or you're overheating, which I obviously was. And then the marathon again, it was a run walk. I think it was like a 4:26 for a 10:26 overall time, which was like, I got the finish line. I got the finish line at sunset, which was beautiful and stunning and very special and all sorts. But it was, once again, not a race. It was a get round.
No, but it was still emotional. Like the aim was to finish.
Yes.
The year before you DNF'd, you were determined to finish the race no matter what. Yes, it was a tough race. I think you showed a lot of, I want to say character, but I sound like a football manager saying that. But you did. You had to dig pretty deep.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it was self-induced. You'd put yourself into the hole, I guess.
It's always self-induced. I could always avoid it.
So
again,
yeah,
that was 2023. And I'm getting asked a lot, like, do you feel like you've got unfinished business in Kona? And the answer is no, because the unfinished business was dealt with in 2023.
but also this is a new chapter. That was an age group. All right, we were trying to win, or you were trying to win the age group world championships,
Which I definitely did not do.
Obviously, you've done it at 70.3 distance. The aim was to do it in Kona. Didn't happen. That is fine. Like with the best, we gave it a go. We're now obviously in your, I don't know, I feel like Taylor Swift now, your new era, your professional era.
Hey, I'm quite happy to have Taylor Swift eras.
So it's a new chapter. Look, we're not, everyone's competing to win, I guess, but you're not here to win.
Yeah, and I am very intentionally not here trying to win, which is like, I say that because it's quite a different mindset to how I go into other races. Like Matt says, I love racing and I am a racer and I'm savage and I push myself so hard, but that is not the intention for Saturday.
No, and one day maybe you'll be in a chance, put yourself in a chance to be able to win the World Championship. That's what everyone dreams of.
And the plan was to do that at the start of this year, like not obviously thinking that I could win, but we were hoping for a really good result. Like I really, really wanted a top 10 here.
Yeah, and if you've been following along for the last 6 months, you'll know exactly what's been going on. Steph had a bit of a sabbatical halfway through the year.
That's such a good way of putting it. Yeah, so in June, May, I started to experience chest pains after having experienced them in September and November. I was then diagnosed with myocarditis. I was also then diagnosed with something called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Myocarditis is the inflammation of the myocardium, which is the muscle around the heart. And POTS is a nervous system dysfunction where my body just basically can't regulate itself. And it's characterized by an increase in heart rate when you go from sitting or lying to standing by over 50 beats a minute, dizziness, nausea, dry eyes, an inability to tolerate temperature change, like digestion issues. It's like a whole thing. And I basically tick every box. So I had to take June off training. And the beginning of July, we then had the diagnosis through, and I was okay to start moderate exercise, like easy exercise. It definitely wasn't moderate, and that then built up through August and September. Middle of September, we got the all clear saying the myocarditis from our follow-up scan had healed and all scarring was gone, which was amazing, which left us, I think we got that news like 3.5 weeks ago. So it's been quite a short build-up. Like I think by Saturday it will be 8 weeks of training.
But it's been an exciting build-up. I think we took the persona, I don't know what you'd call it. We went in with the aim of what can we do every day to get ourselves better?
Yeah.
And I think we've done very good at that. Just the little things, and we put a lot of hard work into it. So I'm hoping it pays off.
I am certain it will.
Like
the
I say,
last 10 days of being here, it's definitely the most prepared I've felt for a race.
Yeah, and we're not looking for a phenomenal result. This is a result for ourselves in terms of execution and just confidence, really, I think, more than anything.
And this isn't us talking me down or anything like that. This is just us approaching a World Championships with a very realistic expectation based on the amount of training I know I've done, the amount of work that we know other athletes have been able to put in, and the gap that exists between that. I am confident that I can actually have it, because I am turning up healthy, I'm confident that I can have a day that far exceeds previous races I've done in terms of my ability to compete at a percentage of my capability. So I think I'm at a point that I can achieve 100% of my capability on Saturday because I am healthy and I understand my body and I understand its signs now and I know what it's telling me. But that capability is not where we wanted it to be at a World Championships.
No.
So I'm actually really, really excited to turn up on Saturday having done almost a month of heat prep, which is, and proper heat, like full heat acclimation. We've been in the environment that is harder than this, to then turn up to here and be like, you know what, this is good, we're in a good spot. I want to be able to run a good marathon, because if I do that, then I've done the rest of the day really well.
Yeah, so yeah, keep an eye out. Steph is race number 38.
Race 38, which is very exciting. And yeah, I mean, what do you think is going to happen on race day? How do you think it's going to play out?
The women's professional field?
Yeah.
Okay, I think, I don't know, it's tough. It's so tough. My head says Lucy's going to run away with it in terms of she's going to swim out front by herself, potentially maybe Taylor. Then she might ride out with Taylor fairly hard. I think they'll either hold the gap to the Chase girls, and then I think they could come off with a gap. And then it depends what that gap is and whether the Chase girls can close it. I think they probably need less than 5 minutes on Lucy to win.
Yeah, and I think that's feasible.
I think Lucy's...
But I don't know if it's going to happen. She is looking so cool, calm and collected.
Yeah.
And she knows this course. Clearly she knows how to win here. Because not only has she won, but she's been second in every other appearance that she's not won.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely astonishing. She will be there, and I think it's going to be really close, and I think it will be... So we were having a look at the course records. I think Pro Tri News put up, like, are the course records going to be broken this year? Or was it Tripole? Someone did.
Yeah.
I don't think the swim record's going to be broken. The one that was put up wasn't the fastest. So Lucy actually commented saying she went faster in 2017. Because I think swimming it's largely determined by currents.
Currents, yeah.
Because she's not getting slower, right? But I also think she's taking each year a slightly different approach to the swim. Because she doesn't have to launch it out the swim anymore. She doesn't need like a 5-minute gap on everyone because she can just race away from it. I think we're seeing a smarter and smarter Lucy each year.
But I also think if she has Taylor to go with her, that puts her in good stead because they can ride together. And I think she backs herself to outrun Taylor.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. I mean, my head says one thing, my heart says another thing, and everything else says loads of other things. When I've seen the race plan out in my head, the winner changes multiple times. But
I think it depends on the groups that come out of the swim together.
Yeah, but I think there are a number of girls who can win. I think there are also a number of girls who can get into that sort of top 5. But then also, like, let's be honest, I mean, it's not exciting for everybody but we watch these girls race week in, week out, every different Ironman. And there's a lot of very good girls deep through the field.
I think there are 25 athletes fighting for top 7.
Yeah,
which is so exciting.
I mean, yeah, there's some people I'm really excited to watch, who I think, like, for instance, Alice Alberts, Jackie Herrin. There's like some really solid girls who could feature towards. I don't think they're going to be top 3, maybe, but they could be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, exactly. They're super consistent. They know how to deliver a great day. We've also got exciting newcomers that... Okay, so this is Alice's first time racing here, but I feel like she's an Ironman veteran.
She's also very consistent.
She's super consistent and she's super well prepared and put together, so like delivers a really good day. But we do have Ironman newcomers that are coming to the island for the first time who have less than a year of Ironman racing under their belt. So like Solveig, Lisa, Tamra and Holly Lawrence.
Who I think are all...
astounding athletes. Absolutely astounding athletes. But none of us have any idea how they're going to go because we have no real... Like, we've got kind of 2 Ironmans for each of them, maybe 1 for Holly. And it's like, we can't do anything with that.
Yeah. And we know through the year, Lisa does well in the heat. Everyone's saying it.
Yeah.
She actually rode better on the bike than I thought she would in Zell. I thought she was I thought she would sit in, but nope, she's ridden very, very well. And proved it in Texas, multiple places. Singapore at the start of the year, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, she's had a fantastic
And that wasn't a flat course either. So yeah, I think Lisa could be right up there. Holly will probably be up there from the swim.
Yeah, she's a racer again. She's a racer. She knows how to perform on a big stage, and she's got so many years of experience under her belt. It is just the Ironman arena that's new and different for her.
So yeah, there's too many to name, isn't there? It's gonna be really exciting. I think the gaps will be quite tight throughout the field.
I think the best racing actually is going to come. So number 1, the podium. I really hope that's a good race. I think we're going to get some really good racing from 13th to 20th, because I mean, you look at tri rating and it's actually like it is suggesting that people are finishing like 5 seconds apart. That isn't necessarily always how it plays out, but we know that the gaps are tight. So, and people are going to be fighting for those places because here prize money pays top 15. So you really, obviously, you want to fight for that top 15 position. And equally, this is an Ironman Pro Series scoring race. So for those of us that have other Pro Series races, or to be quite honest, most people, if you get as close as you can to the front, you're going to be scoring points to get the money at the end of the season and get a better ranking. So I think people are going to be fighting really, really hard for literally every second.
Yeah, absolutely. And I find it so hard to pick a podium because there's, like I said, there's the 5 or 6 girls who are probably the standouts, should we say, from what most people would pick. But can you see anybody else getting in that podium from outside of that? I don't think so.
It's so hard because I don't think so. I actually think we've got 3 favourites who are all outstanding in Kat, Lucy and Laura.
Yeah, see, I put Taylor in that as well.
She just doesn't have... Taylor was amazing in Texas, but Kat was another level. She was then another level in Hamburg with Laura. And Lucy is Lucy. She's been absolutely astonishing all year. In the T100 races she's been doing, so it's hard to look past it. Taylor is a phenomenal athlete, and I think this is where I think we've got 3 favourites, and I can't see how I can't pick them for the podium, but I think one of them will miss out.
Yeah. Because
it always happens. Something always happens, and I don't know who it will be, but I think it will be Taylor or Solveig then pick up that other position.
And I guess that's a bit like the men's with Casper. Casper wasn't on everyone. I mean, he might have been top 5s, but he wasn't really everyone's standout favourite, right?
No.
So maybe the Norwegians...
It always happens. Something always happens that is totally and completely unexpected. But trying to predict that is basically impossible.
Yeah, and I'm, like I said, super excited to watch that. I think it's probably one of the most exciting fields we've seen. I mean, obviously, there's more interest now that you're racing in it for myself, but having been able to follow a lot of these girls' journeys through racing this year, it's going to be really exciting to watch.
I think so. So if you are not in Hawaii, it is very difficult to watch.
Depending where you are.
The time zones. So I think in the UK, we usually watch the start and then go to sleep. And then by the time we wake up the next day, it's finished.
Well, I think it's 5:25 p.m. kickoff in the UK. So
depending on how late you want to stay up.
Well, if 8.5 hours.
It'd be way past my bedtime.
Yeah.
Maybe not past other people's. The sun is starting to set, so we need to go and take our lovely bike photos that you will see on Friday.
Quick one, if this comes out in time and people listen, might miss it, but Breakfast with Bob tomorrow.
Yeah, Breakfast with Bob, 9:30. We have 8 giveaway bags. If you are racing and you're one of the first 8 people there, we have a bag for you with some wonderful goodies in from some lovely sponsors.
Anything else we want to get in?
I don't think so.
Pro Tri News live pod, if you're around, come to that if you've already signed up for tickets.
Oh yeah, you need tickets. They sold out within like half an hour, which is pretty cool. And thank you so much to everyone that's come up to us in the last week and said that you love the podcast. Like, really appreciate it. Your support has got me through a really, really tough year, and I'm just so excited to go out and celebrate where we are now on Saturday.
Yeah, and we will give you a full debrief once the race is over. So,
maybe we debrief from the hot tub.
Yeah.
We have a hot tub, which is quite fun.
We've got your bike in the background. I don't know if they can see that if you're on YouTube, you might be able to see it. It's looking lovely, ready to race. And yeah, we'll do a big debrief post-race.
Yeah, when we're not kind of trying to race the sunset.
But yeah, thanks for all the good luck wishes, and yeah, it's been a tough year, and we didn't think we'd be here 4 months ago. But kudos to you, Steph, for looking after yourself, resting, and building it back up slowly again. But yeah, I for one, am very excited to watch you race.
And I'm excited to race. We will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.